And hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS radio show, whether you're listening to us on iHeart, iTunes, what is it now? Not iTunes, it's Apple Podcasts, Podbean, nsclive.com, radio.com, Spreaker, YouTube, wherever you're watching or listening to us. Welcome. We want to join you. And we got something special going on for you. But I'm not going to introduce the show today because I got a good friend named Harley. She's going to explain it to you. But first off,
how you doing, dolls? Harlequin here. I'm Harlequin from Harlequinarts Cosplay and Crafts, and you're watching The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
my name is Christian Basil. Years ago, I had an idea. I got myself a TARDIS, took it to new places, met a lot of new people, took some great pictures, and talked Doctor Who. From Krypton Radio and the creators of the Hanging With web show, this is the legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Join me on my latest adventures and become part of the legend. And hello, fellow Whovians, and welcome to a special edition of the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. We are going to be talking about HarleCon 2020, hosted by the lovely Harlequin of Harlequinarts Cosplay and Crafts, the lovely, lovely Harlequin. And she's going to be talking more about that. But first, let me introduce the panel who's going to be here today. And they're going to be a ton of us helping out with HarleCon. But first of all, let me introduce my good friend and co-host down here, Neisha Mulchan. APRN, I think I got that right. APRN, registered nurse. How you doing there, Neisha?
I'm good. As you see, I'm still in gear.
Yeah, you just literally just got off work, right?
Just literally
got off work. Maybe, gosh, and I hope you're doing okay out there too, because I know you're handling stuff on the front lines.
I am. I have been. Been an interesting experience. It keeps being more interesting every day.
Got it. Well, welcome to the show, Neisha. I'm going to be introducing you to some people you may never seen before, but let me go ahead and start off with the man whose life goes around Thor there, Mr. Thomas Carter Rochester. Thomas, how you doing there? Introduce yourself.
Hello. That was the perfect introduction. That's exactly who I am. I'm Thomas Carter Rochester. I'm an actor, podcaster, cosplayer, big bearded, beautiful baby boy.
That's a lot of bees, man. That's a lot of bees, man.
The man with the perfect hair.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, do that. No, you got to do that again. We got to see it. It's got to like be Vidal Sassoon type thing. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. For those of you who are listening on the radio show, Thomas just like flinging his hair. You're just gonna have to imagine it or watch it on the radio.
Imagine the smoldering intensity at the end as well.
Easy breezy, beautiful cover guy.
Just watch Fabio on the YouTube channel. That's how I'm going to explain it. Speaking of Fabio, I've got Kyle in the upper right-hand corner over there. How you doing there, Kyle?
Good. I am Kyle. I'm basically the I don't know, background person for everything that happens. I support as many people as I can, as many podcasts as I can, and I just like to sit at home and watch things on my laptop because I like to support my friends. So that's me.
No problem there. And I give props to Kyle Nunes because he's always supporting all of us here locally. Everything, the Life with Thor, Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, the main event, all the Hanging With web show, everybody out there. Kyle, man of a few words, but he's done a lot for us to make sure that we're on the air and that we're taken care of, and he watches us, supports us, shares us. So Kyle, he doesn't say much, but he does a lot there.
He's very modest. He's a social media guru.
There you go. The best title I can think of. You can have that as a moniker, name tag, bronze, whatever. I can change that for you if you'd like. And speaking of social moniker, I had no segue, so here's Willow.
I probably get around more on the internet than I actually do in my real life.
Hey now.
All right. Well,
Alrighty then.
I am host of Willow's Pillow Talk. That shows up randomly on Facebook. I'm all over social media, and you can catch me on Reels and Heels this Saturday, actually.
Gotcha there. Well, welcome everybody. Welcome to the show there. But last but not least, I've got to introduce you to my good friend throughout all the conventions that we've gone to, and she is just completely awesome. I wish I had the picture that Josh painted of you, and I don't have it with me, but I'll make sure I post it up there on the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Ladies and gentlemen, the whole reason why we're here is this lovely lady, young right here, Miss Harlequin.
And Harlequin from Harlequinarts Cosplay and Crafts, and like Christian said, we are here today to partially discuss Doctor Who and partially tell you guys about HarleCon, which came about because they canceled all of our crap because of quarantine.
Gotcha. Now, Harlequin, how did you come up with the idea for HarleCon? And tell us a little background and what people are going to be expecting August 15th. And tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Fantastic. So I was part of the CyberCon team. I was part of the founding CyberCon team.
Uh-huh.
That kind of gave me an idea when I got the emails that said both Tampa Bay Comic-Con and Atlanta Comic-Con, which are my two biggest shows of the year, had been canceled for this year because of COVID-19.
Right.
Great idea, completely support that, but it's still sad because I don't get my phone. I don't get to see my friends, so I figured, why not do a virtual convention like CyberCon with my friends? Do a virtual show.
Gotcha there. Now, what's going to be the difference between HarleCon and the online cons that we've seen out there? What separates this particular con from them?
Not to. I don't want to sound like I'm trying to make myself seem better. I'm not.
Well, you are. That's the thing. You do. It's not ego. This is true.
From what I've seen, are doing it to still try to get some income, to still try to. Yes, to host their event, but it's mostly for the companies that own them. This is really for the fans. Our entire team is comprised of volunteers. None of us have any monetary stake in this.
I know. This is great because when you first told us about HarleCon, I was just like, wow. Because I didn't know about it. The name was a little bit off, but it's a dedication to Harley putting most talented creators and talents out here together as one, locally here especially, and just making one big hoopla convention about it. It's going to be really, really cool. Harley's going to explain more about that. But first of all, let's get to your chats. We got a few of them in there. Alfred Pennyworth. Woohoo! HarleCon 2020. I'm excited to be on the vendor floor. Yeah, there is an actual vendor floor. Harley, did you want to talk about a little bit about that for people who might be interested in being part of the vendorship?
It is a public Facebook group. All you gotta do is search HarleCon 2020 vendor. Is it vendor room or vendor floor? I do not remember what I named the thing.
Gotcha. But does anybody read, just for those who are watching on the
vendor room, yeah,
the vendor room there. So for those of you who are watching live on the film, I'm sorry for the radio show folks, but nobody noticed I changed Kyle's name a little bit out there on his placard. Yes, now he's Kyle, the social media guru, so we want to welcome him in there. And Alfred continues. He says, "Hi, Kyle. You are the man." Yes, definitely there. And we want to welcome Graham Krause, who says, "Hey, Christian. Evening, everyone. Hello there." And
hello
Alfred's,
there.
Hello there.
Vendor room, Alfred. We did just confirm. The vendor room.
The vendor room? Alfred says vendor floor.
It's the vendor room. I just looked and I'm the one that named the thing.
Gotcha there.
Yeah.
Now,
Also, I just
So
looked.
sassy.
now with the online conventions, have you guys seen a change in things? Because all of us are, for better terms, suffering. We don't go to the conventions out there. We don't see people out there as much. I just want to take, how have things changed since everybody's kind of moved to an online convention? How has it changed for you out there?
I definitely miss it. I'm getting the itch to cosplay again, and Yeah, my birthday's coming up, and I usually like to do photo shoots where I dress up in costume and get a bunch of my friends together. And I don't know, it's weird. I'm not able to be in a group setting, and I socialize lots online now because that's the only way that I can socialize in a group setting with people. It's definitely hard for someone who's a social butterfly like me.
No, it is kind of tough because the conventions, you have that affection, you have the hugs, you have the kisses, you cosplay together, you dance, you have fun, you're doing selfies together, and here and there's nothing. I don't want to down the online media service, but we don't have that connection. But we can still talk to each other, and we can be safe and social distance, and still have some kind of experience, which is it's been really hard. I mean, Thomas, I'm going to put you on the hot seat. How does it feel? Because we both did CyberCon. What was the feeling when you did CyberCon, and how did it differ, and where do you feel the positives about being in an online convention?
Those were a lot of questions.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. At the beginning, CyberCon was awesome. It was great. And it was really, we were all so fresh into Zoom, working on Zoom and doing live streams. And, it was it really was like the first online convention. And it was amazing. It was a lot of fun. It was just content. And it filled my weekend. And then as it's gone on, I've noticed that not just myself, but other people, friends of mine, we feel this disconnect because although you get to talk to people, there is a real difference in chemistry when you're talking through an analog delay versus being in person and instantaneously being able to feel the energy and the vibrations and the chemistry between everybody. So it's a drastically different thing. But, in the world of 2020,
right.
I think we're still in 2020. We got to make do.
Unfortunately,
we got to make do with what we got. It's only August.
I know. It's just like, what is it? Every month they have like a new thing, and there's this meme that I keep seeing. It's Dr. Evil going like, they're not taking the hurricane easily. And it says, bring out the dinosaurs, or so, so it's just something weird like that. I'm just like, it's like almost
zombies in November. We're hitting zombies in November.
I would appreciate zombies, and at least it would be a little fun.
I'm ready. I have my sword. I'm ready.
We need the zombies for Halloween.
At least you'll get to smash a couple heads in for zombies.
Oh,
Kyle, the zombie killing guru.
I know, man of no words over there. We got to watch out for Kyle out there because we don't know. It's a quiet one. So
I was going to say it's the quiet ones.
Quiet ones. Come on.
That's just
always the quiet one.
It's your fault.
It's my fault. What did I do?
It's his fault, right? It's Kyle's fault.
My fault.
Neisha, I'm going to bring you on here. I just had a question for you because we've been doing a lot of the online when we moved to StreamYard and we started doing this, being conventions on here. You and I have been working together. How is it different between not having conventions and being part of a convention that's online, especially working on the Traveling TARDIS?
Oh, wow. So it's been an interesting dynamic shift for us, don't you think?
Yes.
Really having a different set of conversations than when we were originally doing the show, which was years ago. Yeah. I mean, not being on the con circuit is obviously very difficult for those of us, as the young lady says very, very eloquently. It's difficult for us because we're socially connected people. And the con circuit is one of the largest outlets for us to be able to connect, even to people we don't expect to connect to. It opens doors and windows and allows us to fly in completely different ways. So having the physical connection, especially since people, that's how it works for them.
It's not only that, but when we do the radio show, I mean, the great thing about what we do right now is that people can chat like Graham Krause, who says, release the Kraken. Shut up, Graham. That's for December, I guess. I'm going to finish it off with Jack Sparrow on a boat getting out here. I mean, really. It's just and Alfred Pennyworth. If zombies are next, you guys better save me. I'm screwed otherwise.
It is everyone for themselves when we hit zombies.
I'm telling you, when it comes to zombies, I mean, you can have great conversations like this, like we're chatting in a sitting situation when we're in the con setting. We're moving so fast all the time, though. That's one of the things that we hardly get to just sit and talk with each other unless we're on a panel, and even then, we're running back to a booth. So this has been the benefit of doing this. We have sitting time.
I want to hold that thought because I want to discuss it more, and we're going to be talking to HarleQuin about HarleCon 2020. When we return, please continue to stay logged on, tune in, and become part of the legend.
Bateman.
What's the Bateman?
A novel set in Florida, written by Florida author D.L. Havlin. Suspense, mystery, and murder.
Evidence is in the bait.
The Bateman is available at local bookstores and online.
Jackie Sonnenberg's My Soul to Keep is a ghost story rooted in the realities of actual cults. When 13-year-old Sky Monroe arrives at her new boarding school, all she can think about is death and connecting with the afterlife. Soon she discovers her school's spirituality group, the Guardians of Light, and they have a secret. They can speak with the dead, and the organization is a cult. But this isn't Sky's only problem. The campus house where Sky resides is haunted, and even the ghosts have an agenda. They intend on getting the souls they want. Filled with mystery and intrigue plucked straight from the headlines, author Jackie Sonnenberg's research and attention to detail give this ghost story an even more eerie atmosphere. Find My Soul to Keep on Amazon.com today. Deborah Parmley's Jenna's Christmas Wish.
Santa, if there's one thing I want for Christmas more than anything, it's someone to spend Christmas with. Someone who really wants me to be there.
Head to the mountains of East Tennessee with romance author Jenna Hart for a Christmas writer's workshop. Since her mother passed after a long illness, Jenna has had one wish. She doesn't want to spend Christmas alone. Meeting Niccolo Maldini, cover model and actor, could make more than Jenna's Christmas wish come true. Unless Ember, Niccolo's ex-girlfriend, does something crazy to stop them from being together. It's a mountain Christmas romance you won't want to miss in Deborah Parmley's Jenna's Christmas Wish. Now on Amazon.com.
We also want to give special thanks out to the Geek Insider for GeekInsider.com, Meredith, and the entire wonderful team at Geek Insider. For without her and her team, we would not be streaming live on here and listening to us on and watching us out here. And also, Gratitude Radio Network, sponsored by Jen Hall herself. This is one of our latest homes that we've kind of just incorporated there. Go to the GratitudeRadioNetwork.com. We are now part of the network as well as the Hanging With web show. And we just want to show you right now, for those of you watching, there's Jenna's Christmas wish right there.
Hello there.
Now, everybody here with HarleCon, we were talking about HarleCon 2020. We're very excited. Remember, mark your calendars, August 15th. The Legend, the Traveling TARDIS, myself and Neisha will be there at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but you want to be there for the whole day. Everybody. Speaking of which, we're going to start off with Willow. Tell us a little bit about your show, and tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing during HarleCon.
All right, so my show, Willow's Pillow Talk, is pretty much just talking about random stuff. I like to promote. I'm from Canada, so I like promoting people's businesses and other podcasts. And if you have an interesting story to tell, I want to hear it.
I got plenty. None of it I can put on this show right now. So.
I have an open window to tell you, so no.
I just like meeting people. That's my main thing. Like I network all the time. I'm always on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm constantly talking to people. I'm a professional booth babe. I help.
Wait. You may want to explain that because people might get it the wrong way.
No, I helped. Anytime that I'm at a convention, I'm constantly helping out my friends at their booths, and I listen to them chat with people, and I just like. I kind of admire like the used car salesman type people that have the gift of gab. I wish I could do it. Often I'm just like in the background smiling and waving and greeting people. But I also am a co-host for Reels and Heels, which is a pop culture podcast that we do here as well on Facebook, and we talk about wrestling, comic books, movies, everything under the sun. So I'm knowledgeable, but I have a lot of useless knowledge.
Isn't that what being a geek is? Pretty much. That's the definition. That's inside. You could Google that name, and that's what it comes out to be. Well, you said you had some. Tell me a little bit about your geek cred. What do you like to geek out about?
I'm an avid comic collector. I can spend hours in a comic book store just on the floor, just sitting down looking at stuff. I grew up in the 90s. Well, yeah, I'm an 80s born child and grew up watching cartoons pretty much all my life.
Wait a minute, Thomas, you brought enough water for everybody, right? You just not going to drink. And for those of you listening to the radio show, Thomas just pulled out a big jug of water and started chugging down. I'm parched. Go ahead, Willow. I'm going to do that.
I think everybody needs some water.
I need some water there.
But yeah, I grew up in foster care, so I fell in love with watching X-Men because they were the closest thing to my life than anything else.
Wakanda forever.
I always felt like I was the odd man out or odd woman out. Always the new person to school, bullied relentlessly. So
who's gonna bully Willow? That's what. Who's Thomas? We got to go somewhere. Kyle, we got to find some bullying.
Where are we going?
Exactly. Wherever Willow tells us. We're driving up. There will be no bullying. Oh, yeah, Harlequin's got her gun going there.
We'll take care of him, Willow. We'll take care of him.
Exactly. There will be no bullying. There will be no bullying.
No.
Now, Willow, tell us a little about the show that you do.
So Reels and Heels, again, is like a pop culture show. We talk about everything. This weekend, this Saturday, we're going to be talking about the greatest heel turns in wrestling. I'm a huge wrestling fan, more so from like the early 90s. Me too. 100%. Hulk Hogan and all that. So this is going to be interesting. I'm hoping to bring on a couple of my wrestling friends onto the show. If it's not this weekend, then soon anyway. But we're gonna have a good time chatting about wrestling. And I remember back when Jericho first showed up on, and he's from my city, so
right. Well, now, what are you going to be doing for HarleCon?
HarleCon, I'm going to do my body positivity in the cosplay community panel. Just because there's a lot of cosplay bullies out there, and I'm not exactly skinny. So I like to make sure that people who cosplay have a fair shake in this world, because it's not fair to be compared to it's not fair to be compared to each other. And people want to experience life as a cosplayer, and there's lots of shapes and sizes, and if I can make it positive on my end, I want to make it positive to everybody.
No, that's fine. Willow, I'm sorry if I hit a nerve there. I'm so sorry.
No, sorry.
No, you're fine. No, people are passionate about about this. And I don't like it when people, when somebody try, it doesn't matter if you spend $5 or $5,000 on a cosplay. That's your art. That's your calling. That's your body and soul going out there and representing what you love. And nobody should be going out there and taking you down what you appreciate. In fact, I think one of the greatest things about the conventions out there is that we share the love, so that Captain Kirk can be sitting on a chair with Pikachu, and then Harlequin's out there with her gun. It's just endless entertainment out there, because we have a love and a passion, and we can share it with each other through the art of cosplay. I think that's just a wonderful thing. So, I probably sound stupid saying all this, but I think it's a wonderful thing at cosplay.
What do you mean stupid? You sound fantastic.
I am always stupid. I'll be the first one to say that.
Willow, what city are you located in?
I'm in Winnipeg, Manitoba. I'm in the middle of Canada.
Okay, guys, we're taking a field trip to Canada. Take care of Willow's problem out there. And speaking of taking care of problems, because I'm a bad seguer, if you guys want to join the live chat, just go ahead to the YouTube channel, the Hanging With Web Show channel, the HWWS, or you can go to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS right now and talk to us, just like Graham and Alfred have been doing. And speaking of which, because I told you I'm the worst segue ever, Thomas, Life with Thor. Tell us a little bit about what you do. Tell us about Life with Thor.
Holy bejesus. I do a lot. For Life of Thor, I have my own YouTube channel where I do more of my things that are the musings from my insane mind. Thor Watches the Mandalorian. I do an interview show called Thor Talks 2. That's currently on hiatus because conventions and COVID. Thank you, COVID. I also do, for the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel, I have a myriad of content. I do live improv shows, which I have one coming up in the next 3-ish weeks. Everybody randomly got free from being responsible adults with jobs and kids, and now they want to do some fun stuff. So be on the lookout for that. I also do every week with my co-host, David Thompson, who just graduated with his bachelor's degree in multi-platform journalism, because he's a smart guy. He does all the interviews, and he's the sell man. I'm just here to make jokes and look dumb. That's
my job.
Did you say thank you? Thank you, Harley. I knew I could count on you.
Oh my.
We talk about the news of the week, and this as of lately we've been doing the trilogy wrong. The trilogy of trilogies. And the tournaments of trilogies, where our fans get to vote on which trilogy they want us to review. Nice. We just finished the Dark Knight trilogy from Christopher Nolan. Before that, we did Back to the Future. And coming up, not this Saturday, we're interviewing some comic artists for our first guest ever. We're going to be very exciting times. That's where the journalism degree is going to come in handy, David. And then the week after, on the 16th, the day after HarleCon, we're going to start reviewing the original trilogy of Star Wars. And boy, is it going to be fun.
Oh my God.
Because I need an excuse to watch Star Wars.
Thomas actually named our Star Wars panel for HarleCon. Do you want to tell them what its name's, Thomas?
Hello there. A Star Wars panel. That's it. That's all you need. I think I just scored that panel right there, honestly.
We were looking with a little more fanfare, some fireworks, anything.
Totally on point, Thomas.
It happens.
Gotcha. Now, Willow, are you a Whovian?
Absolutely.
And who's your doctor?
David Tennant is my Doctor Who for sure. Okay. He's just so sexy. I'm actually enjoying Jodie Whittaker though. I'm having fun with her. I don't know. I just kind of got into watching Doctor Who a few years ago. At first, I thought it was kind of cheesy. It kind of reminded me of the old Power Ranger shows with some of the monsters.
Wow, what a comparison.
Let's go. Oh, my God. Sold me on this whole show.
About that.
Wow. Okay.
I am a huge Power Ranger fan, but I mean, like, some of the monsters that I saw at first was like, what is this? But no, it was, it's grown on me. It's a good show.
It's okay. It's all right. We had you at David Tennant was sexy, and that was where we lost.
Donna Noble is my favorite.
There you go. Thomas, are you a Whovian?
I'm not a. Who is Doctor Who?
Okay, well, we thank Thomas for joining us. I'll bring him back.
It'd be like that sometimes.
You're not a Whovian? Okay, what would it do to convince you to become a Whovian, sir?
Well, having time to sit down and watch it. I get it. I heard about it in 2012. I think maybe I was pretty drunk in that year, so it's hard to say. College, you know. I have friends who are into it, and everyone's like, "Oh, you got to watch Doctor Who," and I'm like, where am I supposed to start? Like, what year? Just tell me the year. And everyone's always like 9, and I'm like, "Are you sure?" And they're like, "For you, probably."
That would be the best place to start at the reboot, because a lot of people caught it at the reboot 2005 with Christopher Eccleston. And yes, it is kind of. I will agree to Willow. If you haven't seen it or just started with it, and you start with Rose and the end of the world, it is kind of a hard pill to swallow, because you do have to open your mind a little bit. It does get a little bit silly, but I think that's the beauty of Doctor Who. What's that?
Yeah. It's part of the charm.
It is. It is part of the charm there. Thomas, what are you going to be doing during? Wait. Actually, you know what, Thomas? We're going to hold that thought. We're going to ask you a question about what you're going to be doing at HarleCon 2020. When we return, we've got a hard commercial break. We return. Please continue to stay logged on and tuned in, and continue to become part of the legend.
Alien invaders enslave Earth,
unleashing hunters into the ruined wastes.
One young survivor struggles to elude their monsters, clinging to hope.
When he's stolen off the planet by a sarcastic starship AI, they pit their uneasy alliance against a treacherous galaxy.
Explore a whole new verse of barbarism and betrayal.
Wonder and adventure.
In the Scion series
by Michael J. Allen.
Beginning with Book 1, Scion Conquered Earth.
Available in print, ebook, and audio on Amazon.com.
Hi, I'm Claudia Christian with some exciting updates in the Sinclair Method world. First of all, we launched our new coaching page. It's yoursinclairmethod.com, so you can go there and book a session with one of our fabulous coaches. You can also reach that page by visiting c3foundation.org. It's at the top of the landing page of the website. The second piece of news is Journeys is out. Woohoo! This book has been a long time in the making, and it is available in Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your local bookstore. And there's a limited amount of signed copies at c3foundation.org. So get your copy of Journeys now and visit the coaching page for some wonderful support. If you're on the Sinclair Method, you can book a session with a variety of different coaches. Take care and be well.
Experience Samara's adventure as she imagines the people around her change into friendly cartoon animals right before her eyes. Journey with her in this poetic tale, My Cartoon Imagination at School.
And there's a little special treat for everybody who's watching the live feed. Get your daily Strax. It's the news that's in your face. There's your little meme from The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Hi, folks. My name is Christian Basil. Welcome to The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. If you're watching on the live screen, I've got Harley Quinn to my left, who is hosting HarleCon August 15th. We're going to be talking about that momentarily. All the way to the left is Kyle, the social media guru. We're going to be talking to him very shortly. Below me is... That really didn't sound well. On the no, you know,
that's worse.
The yogurt. Thomas Carter, Rochester. We got him. Life with Thor. We've got Miss Willow Skylor from Reels and Heels. I got that right? Correct.
Yeah.
And of course, not least, but just last by chance, Neisha Mulchan, APRN, our diversely geek mom. Thomas, we're continuing on. We just are asking, what is your role in HarleCon 2020, August 15th?
I have a long day on the 15th. I will be starting my day on screen with Hello There, a Star Wars panel, where they're going to talk about, Star Wars, the classic, the new, the live, the animated, all of it. If it exists in this reality that we're all currently living with COVID-19, we're going to probably talk about it. Get ready for weird comic stuff. After that, I think I have a tiny break, and then I go into, it's currently still called the What We Do in the Shadows fan panel, but I really am pushing for it to be backed a What We Do in the Shadows panel.
Yes.
I love that show. Wait a minute, where can you catch it? Is that on Netflix now? Right now, I actually want to geek out of that.
It is on Hulu. They have all the first and second season on Hulu streaming right now via FX, and they might have it on the FX app if that still exists. It did it at one time.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, and it's 20 episodes of 22 to 24 minutes. Very short. Hilarious. We're going to be talking about the show and the movie. And if you have no idea what we do in the shadows, it's a vampire mockumentary, both the show and the movie.
Okay.
Taika Waititi wrote and directed the movie along with Jermaine Clement. They filmed 126 hours of footage for an hour and 26-minute film because they wrote a script and then they threw it out and made up everything on the spot, which is why it is so glorious.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes. If you like Taika Waititi, if you like Thor Ragnarok, you will love this. It is very, very interesting.
I attended the panel last year at San Diego Comic-Con. I was like 5 feet away from Taika.
I just watched the panels today at work. Don't tell me.
Okay, I'm sitting in the front on your left, just in case you want to know. That's where I was.
I'll rewatch and see it pop up.
And I have the traveling TARDIS in my hand, so you may see little TARDIS.
Wait a minute, how are you got it?
I had it with me last year at Comic-Con.
That's right, over at that Sandy. Okay, never mind.
I actually sent you a picture with.
No. I was thinking, wait a minute, doesn't Melanie have my TARDIS? For people who are still catching up to that moment, everybody's asking, "Where's your TARDIS?" It's still in Tampa in lockdown. It's been there for 5 months. Melanie was kind enough to take the traveling TARDIS to the UK to get some pictures. She even had a picture of it in front of Stonehenge. But when she got back, that's when the lockdown hit in the United States. Literally, as she's flying back. So the TARDIS has been in lockdown, less traveling in Melanie's office for about 5 months, and she's been every time we had an episode, she's sitting there on the desk, laundry, just like, "Yeah, I've got it. Come and get it, boy." It sounds like great.
The queen of the TARDIS.
I take it you don't trust your mailing service.
No.
Are you kidding me?
Do you mail your children around? No. So no, I was just like, "Oh, we lost it." I'm like, "No, you will find it. I will make you find it." For those of you just joining us on the live feed, welcome to the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. I just want to remind everybody, HarleCon 2020, hosted by the lovely Harlequin herself of Harlequinarts Cosplay and Crafts. And yes, that is a Facebook site you want to check out, as well as HarleCon 2020, where you can see the online stream. Check it out for yourself out there. Speaking of which, speaking of social media, we have the lovely Kyle Nunes, the social media guru. Tell us a little about yourself, Kyle, and what you're going to be doing for HarleCon.
So I'm a little bit new to the whole con scene.
Okay, cool.
CyberCon was my first official con, I guess you could say, and I don't think I slept for any of those 56 hours.
Oh my goodness!
He's a crazy person, and that's what for me.
Yeah.
Yes,
Starbucks is your best friend. Get the caffeine intravenously.
Nope. Yeah, just pretty much straight into my veins at this point.
Well, Kyle, what does the social media guru do? What have you done? Because I know you support us. You've shared our stuff around. But what exactly do you do? What is your geekdom? What do you like to do?
I pretty much like a lot of everything. So I just get hooked on one thing or another and just stick with it. So I fell into starting watching like the Kitchen Killers at one point in time, and I just stuck with it. And then from there, I ran with it, and I found Harlequin, I found Thomas, I found Legend of Traveling TARDIS, even though I'm not a Whovian, so feel free to kick me out.
We'll make you one. I'm going to make Thomas one too. I'll figure out how to do that, Kyle. So what is your? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Harley.
Caffeine and duct tape.
You know what? For those of you who are not watching this, she didn't even crack. I mean, she just like said it out like there was no issue about that. So definitely,
those are must-haves.
Those are must-haves. Now, Kyle, it sounds like you were a fan before you kind of joined the circus. So what is your geekdom? What do you geek out to? What's your background?
I've always been into cartoons and comic books, so I've just kind of went along with it and figured out where to find more along the way. And then as I got to know more people, I just found more things to start watching along the lines of comic books or cartoons or just shows and fandoms. So, and by doing that, I just started sharing on Facebook and liking everybody's stuff and becoming a fanboy for everybody else while helping them reach their heights. And I mean, I used to live in Florida at one point in time, then I moved to Trinidad, and I'm presently in Holland. So I have been around a little bit.
Oh, I thought I heard that accent. I'm from Trinidad, so.
Well, there you go. Now, it sounds like, Kyle, you became... It's reversed. We became geeks, and then we formed a geekdom, but you became a geeker for us before you actually became the geek. Am I saying that right? It's just not coming out the way I want.
I think so. I think I just.
So you're our fan before you became the fan.
I'm the reverse of everyone else.
There you go. No, that's fine. No, I said, everybody, we give a shout out to Kyle because he is such a supporter of all of us, and we can't do this without him. By the way, you're not alone, Willow. Graham's in Canada too, and Alfred says, "Tell me who we have to beat up." I guess we're just gonna have an entree. Are they going to quarantine us first if we get up there with baseball bats? Harley's got her gun. No. We're going to be quarantined.
We'll make sure that you have hazmat suits.
There you go.
There you go.
That's how you scare all of the children.
Are you my
mommy? Nice.
As long as we can.
Do you want to beat the bird?
Oh my goodness.
Hide a body.
Just burn it. What are you talking about? Burn the body, Harley. I told you it's rule one. Either throw it in acid or set it on fire.
I pick acid.
So many jokes for that.
Oh my goodness. Okay. And on that note,
Kyle, you're gonna be able to catch Thor Odin's son over here. This way, he's over here, and myself doing what I'm calling cosplay improv at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time at HarleCon. We're gonna put Harley Quinn and Thor in a room together and see what happens.
And see how the chaos ensues.
Let's see who comes out.
And caffeine. There we go. Thomas has got his jug of water at any given time there. Jeff Hingry, we want to say hello. He says hello, Thomas, there. Folks, speaking of which, we're going to get into our final segment with the lovely Harley Quinn, who's going to tell us everything about HarleCon 2020 happening August 15th. We're just one more hard break. You can stand by. Please continue to stay logged on, tune in, and continue to become part of the legend.
Now on Amazon.com, iCoin from author Jeremy Mosby. It's an alternate reality, and the leader of the planet iCoin is none other than Benjamin Franklin. When corrupt officials threaten not only iCoin but the Earth as well, an unlikely chosen one, Jeremy, must face dark foes to save the Earth and iCoin alike. Author Jeremy Mosby takes readers on a superhero's adventure through this compelling and imaginative alternate universe. Get iCoin on Amazon.com today.
Best-selling and award-winning author of true crime and crime fiction, Yvonne Mason is back with a brand new book, The Pink Canary, a book that delves into the life of a drag queen and a marvelous whodunit. You can find this and all of Yvonne's other works on Amazon.com, or find Yvonne Mason on Facebook and Twitter.
He's gonna kill me.
Buy your copy of Pink Canary now.
You have more options than ever before when choosing a film, a television or internet series, a book to curl up with, or even a radio show or podcast. Get to know the people who are creating for you. The Hangin' With Web Show, hosted by award-winning author and journalist G.W. Pomacher, is the internet's fastest-growing web talk show series. The Hangin' With Web Show features professional, yet casual, in-depth interviews with creative arts and entertainment pros. Meet the people behind a digital revolution in creating more quality content than ever before in the history of media. Find the Hangin' With Web Show on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter, or simply go to www.hanginwithshow.com. That's www.hanginwithshow.com.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the final segment here at the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS for this special episode of HarleCon 2020. Remember, put this on your calendars, August 15th. Go to the Facebook page for HarleCon 2020. Check it out, and please tell Harley the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS sent you if you know what's good for you. Speaking of which, the Master of Ceremonies herself, the lovely Miss Harlequin, is going to be telling you what HarleCon 2020 is all about. You've heard everybody who's going to be a part of it. Now, see the best.
Hello! Okie dokie, guys. HarleCon 2020 really does have something for everyone. We've got things from Star Wars panels to vampires to artists, authors, voice actors. Did you ever schedule the voice actors panel?
I don't know.
Sure.
We still got that.
Together in the end. So, this is kind of what it's like behind the scenes for us. We just sit there and go, did I do that?
We have an animated Life with Aaron Roberts.
We do. We have such as Aaron Roberts, who has been the English dub voice actor for animes such as Fairy Tail, Tokyo Ghoul, and My Hero Academia. You also have Doug Cockle, who's been the voice of Geralt Rivera since the game originated in 2007. He's got so many other credits to his name, but that's the only one I can remember. I think he's in Soul Calibur. One of them.
6,
yeah. We have the absolutely brilliant Shane Rengi doing a Q&A. Shane has done roles and stunts in movies such as Thor: The Dark World, a lot of the Chronicles of Narnia. He has been in... Crap, what else has he been in? He was in Spartacus. He was Dagon in Spartacus. He was a stunt performer in Rise of the Lycans. He did stuff in Lord of the Rings, and I believe he was also in The Hobbit. I believe. But he's going to be doing a Q&A. He's worked with so many amazing people. I kind of want to stick Thor up on the screen with them and just see what happens.
Oh, okay. We can do that.
I would just make jokes the entire time. I'd throw in my Kiwi accent, really quick. I'm like, oh yeah, just a big pile of rocks sitting over here. Yeah, perishable rocks though.
You sound Cockney.
No, it's New Zealand.
Yeah. Okay.
See, the upper west side of New Zealand.
Cockney's a little bit more like this. You see? No, I went Joker. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everyone. See, Cockney's a little bit less, what's the word? Well, nice sounding. It sounds like crap. Sorry, Cockney accents.
Okay, well, anyway, on that note.
Is that even a word? Accenters? Is accenters a word?
Yes.
We've also got Legend of the Traveling TARDIS, which is going to be doing a special live podcast for you guys.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Who all do we have? We've got Father Sebastian, Petty Negri, Rich Niall Lillard. Why is Montana calling me? Montana can screw right out.
Because you are...
We have cat.
Willow's got a cat in her hand.
I forgot to mention, I am the mother of cats, breaker of electronics.
Those need to be hashtag now. There's got to be a hashtag now. Wow, there. So Harlequin, you've got a lot of things going on that day, August 15th. Everybody tag.
Is going to be doing a live podcast as well. Josh Bauer will be hosting Back Talk with Bauer, but he'll also be hosting an 8 p.m. podcast super show where we're going to get into a ton of the fun topics.
All the risky topics we can't
Adults
have.
only. I am not at all responsible for your children hearing what you're going to hear. Just saying.
I'm going to be sleeping by then. It's fine.
You said it's fun for the whole family, so the kids, it's safe for the kids, right, Harley?
I mean, technically, but you're going to have some explaining to do when they're older and realize.
You're going to have some explaining to do.
Thomas is going to introduce them to some new words that they weren't expecting until they got to the double-digit years, but that will be all taken care of there. Now, everything that Harley Quinn has mentioned, I just want to give a shout out, first of all, to shout out to our producers at Krypton Radio, KryptonRadio.com. You can check us out every Saturday. Our new episodes drop over there at KryptonRadio.com, Gene Turnbow. And check it out. It's Geekdom Radio from beginning to end, 24 hours of everything geek as far as music, as far as podcasts. We're on there. If you're Geekdom, their music's playing, whether it be Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, Battlestar Galactica, everything out there. Harry Potter. He's Gene and everybody over there, the wonderful people out there, have got it all. Speaking of got it all, most of what Harley Quinn has mentioned can join up on our YouTube channel. If you want to take it over, Thomas, you can. The HWWS Media Group. We are all part of that. A lot of us in the family there. Garrett and out there. How does it feel to be part of that family? And I think, Willow, you're part of it too, right?
I am.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about being part of the HWWS, because I worked with Garrett beforehand, and we were both. I was a co-host, and then one day Garrett just said, "Listen, if I don't put you on your own show, nobody's going to be able to talk about Doctor Who." So, how does it feel to be part of the family? Because I welcome everybody. I was kind of like one of the first members who joined up.
It feels really good. Garrett came into one of our shows when I was co-hosting with Ryan after we did the net, watching the net, and he talked our ear off until his phone died.
Right.
Yeah.
That happens.
It happens.
But it's nice. Like it's good to be part of something that's it's great being part of the growing family, and I'm enjoying I'm enjoying the ride, and I enjoy the fact that I met all of you guys through this little family.
It's an incredible family. I mean, it just kind of, and I think here's the one thing about it. You guys, everybody can vouch for me on this. When we're at conventions together, we're doing our own thing. Harley's doing her own thing. Thomas is doing her own thing. Willow's doing her own thing. Even Neisha is doing their own thing with Diversely Geek. And by the time everything's said and done, it's kind of like the family reunion where we just wave at each other and walk away. with things like this, especially with the Hang With team, it feels like we're more of a family that actually stopped, got together, and said, listen, there's a lot more out there than what we can see from our booth. Which I hate to say that COVID has brought us into this world, but if you're going to look at the positives of this new world, this is one of them, that we have a family like this now.
The fact that we hang out pretty much every day online is incredible, and like we're constantly checking in on each other, and it, you know, I talk to you guys more than I actually talk to my own family.
Same. My dad can vouch for that.
Nice. Thomas, you're part of the family too, brother. I mean, you just joined up recently, if I remember. And how's it feel to be part of the Hanging With family?
It's fantastic, because I absolutely hate like promoting myself when it comes to, oh, here's my content I made, go watch it. I just feel like I'm hassling people and annoying them, which is why I made
on your behalf.
Exactly. Now they do it for me, which is really nice, because when it comes to our weekly podcast, I aggressively forget to actually share it to all the groups. I share it to a couple, and then I'm like, oh no, I'm running out of time. We got to hop on right here, right now. So it's really wonderful, and it's been great watching it grow. I think I joined in around CyberCon. It was kind of a loose situation. And then I've watched since then, Back Talk with Bauer, the Josh Bauer popped up. Hennessy Williams Experience popped in recently. Right. Nerd Culture just joined. I think it was last week or the week before that they just joined.
That's going to be doing some special stuff at HarleCon.
Yes, they're doing a DC nerd debate. You pick some members from Legion of Doom in the Justice League, and then they debate, and I'm one of the judges. So
nice.
It's fantastic. We have Thomas dropping a link in the chat down there. If you want to see the entire lineup, go to hquinarts.com/HarleCon2020. HUINARTS.com/HarleCon-2020.
Yeah, you don't have to read out the rest of that. FBCLI.
I don't know why that's there. When I created the URL, it should redirect you if you just type the part.
Okay. I also did one better. I went ahead and put in the Facebook link to the event. So that's one part of you. Yeah, I really.
Is that why you're on top?
I always want up there, yeah.
Phrasing.
But yeah, there's Harlequin art if you want to check it out for yourself.
Worry about everything before the question mark. Don't.
Yeah, I think it's because I clicked it through a Facebook link, and that's why it says FB crap after that.
That's a new Facebook page. FB crap after that. Hashtag it. Zuckerberg. Exactly.
And I would happily promote on our site, on all of our media sites. So I just messaged you, my love, so we can connect.
Excellent.
We got a few minutes left, but yeah, I just want to let people know 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS will be performing. Myself, Neisha, and the rest of the gang will be there. We're going to be talking. I haven't even discussed what we're going to be talking about. We got a week left. Nice. That's Christian being on the ball there. But definitely check out their Facebook page. Give it a like there. And check out the events page. Also, I'm going to throw this in here. Join the HWWS family on YouTube if you want to check out all the content, Reels and Heels, Life with Thor, everybody who's part of this family, the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. It's at youtube.com/user/Garrett-Pometry. You can see it for yourself, or just if you are listening on the radio show, just type in HWWS Media, and that'll pull it up for you as well. Make sure to subscribe, because we're talking about tons and tons of content. If you're a geek out there of something, there's plenty of stuff. Saturday morning cartoons included, the Hanging With web show, the Indie Music Hour, the Kitchen Killers, they're all out there as well. And one last thing we just want to promote there. You've probably seen all the commercials that have come up through our show. Please, if you want to advertise with us to help support the show, you can either write to Sage or myself, Christian, at hangingwithshow.com. we support our sponsors and they help us back out there. So, folks, if anybody has any last minute things, you know what? It's your show, Harley. So let me give you the last word on this.
Well, first of all, hi, Terry. I know you're missing everything tonight, but right after this, you can catch me on Back Talk with Bowers starting at 7:15 on Facebook Live.
That's right. I mean, that's going to be live. If you are watching the show right now, 15 minutes from now, join Josh Bauer. Speaking of the Hanging With web show content, he's part of it. Oh, folks, well, thank you so much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all. Oh, Neisha, I have to make an announcement. And this is actually a big thank you to everybody who has been with us since the very beginning. And remember a while back, I shouted out and said, it'd be cool if this year we actually crossed 35,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Yeah, I woke up this morning to this.
Oh, wow.
Yep. So we want to thank everybody from number 1 to 36,037 and still growing to this day. I don't know what we've done. You guys really like the Traveling TARDIS, but we want to thank you for supporting us, for being out there with us, because we can't do this without you. Help our sponsors, help our folks out here. Life with Thor, Reeled and Heels, also Diversely Geek, whatever Kyle does these days, and of course the lovely Harlequin I'm going to get it right. Harlequin Cosplay and Crafts. Please check out her Facebook page as well. Thank you, folks. Thank you. Please.
We love you.
We love you. Yes. August 15th.
Love you.
Join us.
August 15th for HarleCon 2020. Thank you for the legend of the Traveling TARDIS.
There you go. Yeah. Thank you, folks. And always continue to be logged on, stay tuned in, and become part of the legend. We'll catch you next time.